Marcy Belez was just 12 years old when she ran away from her Spokane home in August of 1985. 2 days later, she was found dead in a nearby towing yard, where she'd been raped and stabbed around 30 times. In the coming years, police tried in vain to catch her killer. Though they identified 87 potential suspects, the case eventually went cold. Until, that is, DNA from the crime scene was submitted to Parabon nanolabs. Using information from genealogy website GED Match, the lab narrowed the culprit down to 4 possible suspects. That pool was then halved when 2 were eliminated through further DNA testing. The 3rd suspect on the list had been dead for a number of years, and so police reached out to the man's relatives to carry out more tests. With the results of those tests fueling their suspicions, police had the body of Clayton Giese exhumed, and sure enough, his DNA was a match. Clayton had been 22 years old at the time of the murder, and lived just down the road from Marcy and her family. He was never even considered as part of the original investigation. Less than 4 years later, Clayton was killed when his car overturned, taking his terrible secret with him to the grave. On August 24th of 1996, 2 fishermen were at the Arkansas River east of Lake Pueblo, Colorado, when they made a disturbing discovery: the body of a newborn baby girl in the water. Named Baby Hope by the local police, an autopsy revealed that the child had been born alive before she was left in the river. It wasn't until 2019 when advanced technology led police to the door of 52-year-old Leanne Head. Leanne refused to cooperate with the investigation or to provide DNA swabs. Just days after the police approached her, her body was found in a burning car. Leanne Head had committed suicide. The police gathered DNA from her body, and sure enough, she was identified as the mother of Baby Hope. Based on the circumstances, the Pueblo Police Department are confident that Leanne was responsible for the baby girl's murder. A 10-year-old mystery finally came to a close this March, when 54-year-old Roger Carroll was convicted of murder. Bonnie Woodward of Alton, Illinois, was 47 when she disappeared after working her shift at a nursing home. 8 years went by without a break in the case, until police received information from an unlikely source. Roger's son came forward to tell police that when he was 16 years old, he and his father left a family vacation early. When they passed by the nursing home where Bonnie worked, his father apparently commented, "Good, she's here." Later that afternoon, he heard between 8 and 9 gunshots before witnessing his father dragging a body across the yard. According to his testimony, his father then made him start the fire that was used to burn Bonnie's body and to dispose of her ashes. Robert Carroll, who knew Bonnie through church, was arrested in 2018. He's due to be sentenced this month. It was New Year's Eve of 1984, and 23-year-old Tonya McKinley was out celebrating at a bar in Pensacola, Florida. But before the sun rose on New Year's Day, Tonya was found dead in an empty lot, sexually assaulted and strangled. Her son, Timothy, just 18 months old, was left to grow up without his mother. Though police had a significant amount of physical evidence, including semen and hair, they weren't able to find the culprit, until they enlisted the help of Parabon nanolabs. The lab was able to identify several different people believed to be distant cousins of the suspect. The police and Parabon used this information to construct a family tree, eventually leading them to 57-year-old Daniel Leonard Wells. All it took was one discarded cigarette butt to confirm they had their killer. Wells is currently being held at the Escambia County Jail without bond, charged with murder and sexual battery.